Hello students, in our today's session of science, we are going to see our third chapter, that is properties of natural resources. Last year, you all have studied natural resources. You all have studied air, water, soil and minerals and natural resources. And this year also you all will study natural resources and you all will see properties of each natural resource. Now, you know that what is air made up of? Air is a mixture of gases. And what gases are present in air? Yes, the maximum amount of gas which is present in air is nitrogen. 78% of air is nitrogen, 21% of air is oxygen, and the remaining 1% contains carbon dioxide, inert gases, dust particles and water vapor. So today we will see some more properties of this mixture of gases. The first very important property of air is that air has mass or weight, mass and weight, as it is made up of gases. You have seen the properties of gases, that they have mass and weight. So air is a mixture of gases, so it will have mass and weight. And we will understand this by a very simple experiment that air has mass and weight. Here I have tied two balloons on a straw and you are seeing that both the balloons are not inflated. So the straw is remaining straight. Now I will tie an inflated balloon on the straw so that you all will able to understand that air has mass and weight. I have an inflated balloon which I will tie to the straw and then we will see that how the straw bends downwards towards the inflated balloon. So which will tell us that air has mass and weight. See students, that we are seeing that this balloon is going downwards towards the inflated balloon, which shows us that air has mass. The second important property which we are going to see about air is that air has pressure. Now you have a big column of air on your head, but we don't feel the pressure. Why we don't feel the pressure? And how we will understand that air has pressure? For this, I have again brought a very simple instrument. You all have seen this instrument. You all are afraid of this instrument, or a dropper. How ink fills up in the dropper. All this is possible because of air pressure. Now, you see that I pull the piston and it remains in this position. Now, if I close the open end of this and try to put the piston back into the position, it does not go. Why this happens, students? Because there is air inside this piston which I am not allowing to come out. This piston pushes this air. Now when I close the opening, the air inside is very less and the pressure outside is very high. So it does not allow the piston to go ahead. And when I release the pressure, the piston goes. And the same thing, if I close the opening, I cannot pull this. I cannot pull this because the pressure of the air is very. Again, you all can do a very simple experiment. You all can do this, or you all must have done this. Whenever you try to put water inside a bottle, you see bubbles of air coming out. Or you take a mug and try to completely fill it by putting it completely inverted, it will not get filled. Once you release the air slowly, that is for air occupying space, but it has pressure. Air has pressure, and this pressure, you can see this by the simple experiment, that this cannot be pushed up nor can it be pulled down. When the pressure is released, it can be pushed up. How much is this pressure? Under ordinary conditions, this pressure is 1,14,000 newtons per square meter. Remember students, 1,1400 newtons per square meter, the pressure of air, and it becomes less as we go towards higher altitudes. This is at sea level. Why the pressure becomes less as we go towards higher altitudes? See, we are suggested that when you go for mountaineering or when you go at higher altitudes, when you go in an aeroplane, you are told that you should keep your ears closed, and you also carry an oxygen cylinder at higher altitudes, because the air becomes rarer and rarer. The envelope of air becomes rarer and rarer. This is our earth. The envelope is very thick near the earth, but as we go higher, it becomes rarer and rarer, and then it disappears. It is thick around us. And sometimes as the mountains, the pressure, see, this air is rarefied. Rarefied, you are understanding? त्याचं घनता कमी कमी होत जाते, म्हणून त्याचं प्रेशर वरती कमी होत जातं. जसं आपण वरती जातो तसं प्रेशर कमी होत जातं. आणि म्हणूनच, and so we are told to close our ears, or sometimes we have a problem that our capillaries inside break down and we have bleeding in ears and nose when we go towards higher altitudes, because the pressure inside our body and the air pressure outside balance each other in normal conditions. But in otherwise conditions, they cannot balance each other. When the air pressure becomes low and the pressure inside our body becomes high, the capillaries break. So sometimes we have bleeding from ears or nose when we go at higher altitudes. Again, we will do a very simple experiment to understand atmospheric pressure. Here I have a glass completely filled with water, and I have a cardboard. You know that if I invert this glass, the water will come down. But see, now magic, see the magic. I put this cardboard on it, and see the magic. Why this cardboard is not falling down? This is because of the air pressure. And what is the air pressure? I will show you. For this, to understand this, I will draw a diagram again. See, the glass is completely filled with water, and I have tightly held a cardboard on it, and I invert it. So what happens? There is air below, which pushes the cardboard upside. There is no air above. As I filled it with water, there was no air. The moment air will enter from this space, the cardboard will fall down. The upper pressure will. So the air pressure is pushing this cardboard upside, which is holding it in the position, and that is the magic. So you all are understanding pressure. You all understood it with the help of the piston in the syringe. You all understood it with the help of this experiment. It is no magic. It is just the air pressure which is pushing. Only trick is that no air should enter the glass. So I have filled it with water. And you know, students, scientist Daniel Bernoulli, a Swedish scientist, was the first one to tell that air has pressure. So the first property of air, you all have seen that air has mass and weight. The second property is air has pressure. The pressure or the gas, the gases in the air are in continuous motion and they apply pressure. This is called as atmospheric pressure. The important thing, you should all know that this pressure at normal sea level is 1,1400 newtons per square meter. It decreases as we go higher and higher, and as we go lower, it will increase. The another important property we can see again with the help of experiment. I have a glass here. I am putting some ice cubes in this glass. See, you can see what happened. What happened? I have some water molecules collected on the outer side of the glass, which can be seen by you all. How did the water come outside? See, the water can be seen clearly. how did the water come outside? This water is not from inside. The water was present in the air. It was present in the atmosphere, which when touched this cool surface of the glass condensed. It was in gaseous form or in vapor form, and it condensed on this cool surface of glass. This also you all can see in the form of dew, the formation of dew drops, which you see when the rainy season ends and the winter season starts. We see dew drops in the morning on our car or on the leaves of plants. Why on car? When the water in the air gets a surface, that during daytime the temperature is very high, so the water is in the form of vapor, but the air has a capacity to hold water. The maximum capacity, after reaching the maximum capacity, it throws away the water. Hence, near seashores or during rainy season, we feel very humid. Humid म्हणजेच आर्द्रता. ह्युमिडिटी म्हणजे आर्द्रता. वातावरणामध्ये पाण्याचा प्रमाण. You see, when you sweat more during the rainy season or when you go somewhere around seashore or around water bodies, the water vapor in the air around areas of water bodies is already high, and during the rainy season also the air is high. So the air cannot absorb more water. So the water which our body throws out, we feel sweaty or humid. Generally when we are living in a dry area where water can absorb more water, air can absorb more water, so we don't feel humid. But at seashores or near sea or near water bodies, the air already has a large amount of water in it, so it cannot absorb more water, and you all have seen that how it throws away the water which we get in the form of dew drops or in this form of sweat. It is coming from the air when it touches the cool surface. Or our clothes also dry because the water is absorbed in the air. During rainy season, this water is not absorbed, and hence the clothes remain wet. The water holding capacity of air changes with the changing temperature. As temperature is high, the particles go away from each other and there is more space. And this is also a reason for forming winds. You all have learned in geography. तुम्ही भूगोलामध्ये अभ्यास केलाय किंवा पुढेही करणार की different types of winds, वारे का निर्माण होतात because of the difference in the atmospheric pressure. एखाद्या ठिकाणी तापमान वाढल्यानंतर, टेम्परेचर इन्क्रीज झाल्यानंतर त्या ठिकाणचे एअर पार्टिकल्स दूर दूर चालले जातात आणि तिकडे एक लो प्रेशर क्रिएट होतं. आणि ज्या ठिकाणी तापमान कमी आहे तिकडे जास्त प्रेशर असतो, म्हणून अशा जास्त प्रेशरच्या एरियाकडनं हवा त्या लो प्रेशर एरियामध्ये येते, म्हणून जोराचे वारे वाहतात. अँड दिस इज द रिझन फॉर सी ब्रीजेस अँड लँड ब्रीजेस. खारे वारे, मतलई वारे हे याचंच एक उदाहरण आहे एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशरचं. So you all understood atmospheric pressure, you all understood the capacity of air to hold water and that humidity. Now we will again see an important property, that air also is responsible for scattering of light. Light does not need a medium to travel, but all these things which are visible to us during daytime are due to the air. During daytime or night time are due to air. What happens? These light rays fall on particles of air and these particles scatter it in all directions, so the full environment or the surrounding is enlightened. याच्यामुळे हे जे प्रकाश किरण आहे ते प्रत्येक कणांवरती पडतात आणि ते कण जे आहे ते त्यांना विखुरतात. त्याच्यामुळे आपला सगळं जे वातावरण आहे ते प्रकाशमान होतं. So scattering of light is also an important property of air. Scattering of light is an important property of air. If air would not be there, then light would not have been scattered. And another important thing is temperature regulation. You see, you all have seen in geography, all different planets, they do not have life. Life is only present on Earth. In fact, there are many reasons for this, but one very important reason is that the temperature on Earth is suitable for life. So why it is suitable? Some gases like carbon dioxide, which are present in air, they absorb the heat of the sun and they trap this heat. They do not allow it to go back, due to which the environment remains warm and life is possible. If air, the covering of air would not be around the earth, all the temperature would be very low and life would have not been possible. The life is possible because gases like carbon dioxide, other inert gases hold the heat. Water vapor also holds the heat, so the temperature becomes warmer. So temperature regulation is also an important property of air. In this way, again one more important property, like scattering of light, transmission of sound. You know that light does not require a medium, but sound requires a medium for transmission. Whatever I am speaking, it is reaching to you, or now you are listening it through a mobile. So the noise from the speakers is reaching your ears because of the air which is present in between. We know that a medium which is necessary for transmission of sound, we get this medium in the form of air, and this transmission also changes. The intensity of the sound reaching our ears changes season to season. You have noted, as the temperature becomes higher, the sound does not reach very fast. But in winter season, a whistle of a train or a horn, noises of a horn on a very long distance can be heard clearly. If you all have noted, early morning, we can hear sounds at very long distances very easily, because in the morning the temperature is low. So as the temperature decreases, the density of the air also increases, and hence we can hear sounds very clearly. And as the temperature increases, the air becomes rarer. The particles go away from each other, and then the sound reaching capacity decreases. So in this way, air is a very important natural resource. And today we have seen some very important properties of air. The first very important property I saw was air has mass and weight. The second very important property, due to which many of our instruments work, is atmospheric pressure. Air has pressure, though we cannot feel the pressure, but you all have seen many experiments which we show that air has pressure. Air has humidity or water holding capacity. It holds water at higher temperatures and throws away once its capacity completes. Due to air, we can see each other. It has the important property of scattering light and to enlighten the environment. The temperature of our planet is regulated due to the envelope of air around it. So the regulating temperature is also a very important property. And last but not the least is transmission of sound. The medium which we are getting due to air is very important because it is present everywhere. So we do not need any other medium and our voices can reach each other. Today I can speak to you because of this air in between us. So saw how important air is. I hope you all understood these properties. Try some experiments which I have shown in this video for yourselves. You all will really able to do it. You all will understand pressure with the glass and cardboard experiment. You all will understand that air has mass with the balloon experiment. So students, have a good time in experimenting and learning science. Thank you.